I want to welcome you back to Black Site tonight. We're going to ask a simple question. Is Malika Andrews a racist? First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. Malika Andrews has proved over the last week that she's a racist. And many of you will say, how could you say that? She's a person of color. Her father is black, her mother is Jewish. But she has a superiority complex. And you saw that when the Emi and Doki situation came out. And her first discussion was with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is 58 years old. And she talked to Stephen A. Smith, a grown man old enough to be her father. She treated him like he was a boy, basically telling him to shut up and listen to me. But I believe that's what was going on in her house. That her mother ran the house. Her father was an impotent man. And she feels as though that all black men are impotent. Then she goes at Kendrick Perkins, another grown man, basically shuts him up and damn near kicks him off her show for disagreeing with what she has to say. And many of you would say, why would this young lady do this? This is a young lady who grew up in a progressive feminist home, who believed that the only good thing a black man can do is keep his mouth shut. And that's what she truly believes. Malika Andrews is just like a woman who's probably the biggest racist on YouTube right now. Her name is Cynthia G, and she happens to be mixed, homogeneous. Her hatred of black men is simply white nationalism. And that's what you saw out of Malika Andrews when she was talking to grown black men, explaining the situation and how difficult it is that Emi and Doka is the only one being levied a violation while the women walk away scot-free. And that's something any man would say because of a consensual relationship. But did she care? No, she didn't care. She was as disrespectful towards black men as she has been her whole life. And she thinks that's the way that she can show her woman empowerment. See, we have a serious problem in this society, especially with black women. And this is another thing I'm tired of. We accept anybody with a little bit of hue and melanin in its skin as being black. We accept Kamala Harris as being black, but she truly identifies as being Indian. And she's married to a white man. Malika Andrews right now, she's dating a white man. But I tell you what, I bet you if you go into their interrelationship, I'll bet you Malika Andrews don't have that type of attitude with him. I'll bet you Malika Andrews is a hell of a lot more feminine and docile when she speaks to Dave Edelman. But when she gets around these black men, oh, I'm going to tell you, she went straight Laura Ingraham. She was like, shut up and dribble. She was mostly saying, shut up and listen. That's what she was doing. And those are the racist tendencies that you see in some of these women. Because somebody has color doesn't mean they understand the realities of life of a black man. And she cares not. And she really doesn't care. Now, I was reading an article by The Root where they said this is unwarranted, the hate that she's receiving. No, it's not. No, it's not. She deserved it. She opened up that big mouth, that 27-year-old mouth. A woman who believes she has lived a life when she hasn't even lived a quarter of her life. on this earth. But this young lady, her smart mouth, and I'm talking about, is so smart that most NBA players don't even want to talk to her, don't even want to come on her show. Because you don't know what she's going to say. She has a terrible attitude. You could say one thing about Maria Taylor before she left. At least she had a decent attitude when covering sports. This young lady who was brought in right after a situation, a huge situation that they had at ESPN, she was welcomed by the black community to take over the job. And look what we get when Emmy and Doka has a consensual relationship with a white woman. Look what we get. We get brutalized by this woman. And she didn't just brutalize us, she went through the whole situation with Emmy and Doka. But the one that really pushed me over the top was the Joe Mazzulla thing. When she went to West Virginia, she went over his criminal record. I was like, damn. The only thing she should have said, they hired Joe Mazzulla. Boston Celtics looked into everything. They did their due diligence. They were happy what happened during the situation, and they hired him. A university also hired him, Fairmont University. So there was no reason to talk about it because he hasn't committed a crime since he's been out of college. But she went there. She went there. She went straight Fox News. She went there. And she wanted to bring this brother down because he didn't meet up to her values. You haven't heard any other women, even white women in sports media, go after Joe Mazzulla. The only person that has gone after her was Malika Andrews. She has a thing against black men, even though 90% of her audience is black and 80% of the NBA players is black. This attitude that she's had is growing out here, especially with these homogenous women, what I call mixed women. And it's getting bad out here. These women can't be trusted. These women have gone through these college institutions who have taught them that black men are a danger to society. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video.